Good morning. Nothing like being the first one here and rushing in, like trying to find a parking space. And I'm like, I've got to be there. I'm the first presenter. And so luckily I found a good parking space thanks to some gentleman who was like, just go down there and park in one of those spaces. So I'm going to be talking to you about Alexa Skills Blueprint. Now, how many people in here have used Alexa before? How many people in here have no idea what Alexa is? Okay. So Alexa is a really nifty tool. And, you know, a few years ago, if I would have been saying I'm going to be teaching with Alexa, I would have been like, yeah, that's really nice, but it's probably not something that I'm going to do. But I've been using it a lot in the classroom this year already, and I've only had this equipment for about 3 weeks. Last year, I taught in a 6th grade classroom. This year I'm teaching in a 2nd grade classroom, and I can see that I was able to use it last year just playing around with it, trying to get used to it, but I've also been able to use it and incorporate it quite effectively into my 2nd grade classroom, probably a little bit easier than the 6th grade classroom because they're younger, and that's probably all they have ever known is that you can talk to a computer and it can talk back. Now, when I was in school, and I'll say some other people in the audience, when we were in school, we might have sat there and like picked up the mouse and been like, hello, computer, and it'd just been like, but now we can literally speak to computers and they can speak back to us. And it's really good for the younger kids who may have trouble typing in an answer, but they can talk to a computer, and if it talks back to them, that's awesome. If it messes up, so what? I tell the kids all the time, computers are really, really smart, but they're really, really dumb too. So if it messes up, don't worry. We'll just go and see what's wrong. And that's a learning process for me. It's a learning process for them as well. So with the grant, I was able to purchase an Amazon Echo Show and some Echo buttons and a speaker so that it could be heard. But the thing is, this thing has an awesome speaker in it anyway. So what Alexa Skills Blueprints are a way that you can log into a website. And all you have to do, and if you want to look at my poster down in the arena, it tells you how to get there. But it's really easy. Just go to Google, type in Alexa Skill Blueprints. It takes you to the website. You log in with your Amazon account. It doesn't have to be an Amazon Prime account. It can just be a regular old account. And then you can actually make flashcards. You can make quizzes. You can make games that you use these little nifty buttons to play. And it's just a lot of fun. And sometimes I was thinking, you know, we take something tired, like an old Christmas ornament. We sprinkle a little glitter on it, and it looks wonderful, and we pay more attention to it. We've got this content, and we know that you can package this content any way you want to, but math is math, reading is reading. But if we can engage students in some other way, even though it's the same old content, they're going to maybe be more engaged, pay more attention. It's just a different way to reach students, and there's all kinds of ways. And I'm not saying that this is the way or the perfect way. It's not. It's a tool that we can use, just like a whiteboard or a chalkboard. You know, that's how old I am. I can remember those. So my problem of practice is finding new ways to incorporate meaningful technology into the classroom in order to assist in the teaching learning process. I wanted the students to find a new way to use this technology in a way that they're probably comfortable with, and even if they're not, to get them comfortable with it, because I feel like this is something that's going to be a major part of their life. Computers are getting smarter. Computers are getting cheaper. What is every 2 years they double in processing power and they go down by cost by half. It's being integrated in everything. Refrigerators that you can say, remind me to order milk, or refrigerators that will remind you to order the milk. So I knew that this was a problem because students are used to living in an information age where they have instant access to knowledge. So instant access to knowledge is awesome, okay? It can be a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends on how you use it. Every morning, though, with my 2nd graders, we do calendar time. And one of the things that we have to do is update the weather. Well, instead of going over to the window and looking out the window, which is a good way to check the weather in 2nd grade, I can have a student come up and say, Alexa, what's the weather today?
It's 45 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 65 degrees and a low of 40 degrees.
There we go. Well, that's already built into, anybody can do that with their Alexa. You can go and check the weather. They love to do that, and then we can update the little weather. But let's say I'm teaching place value, okay, and which I am. And so I made a game with Alexa Skills Blueprint. Once again, just go to Google, type in Alexa Skills Blueprints. It takes you to that site. So now I can say, Alexa, open place value quiz.
Welcome to this game about place value. Your teacher has worked very hard to make this game for your class. Please listen carefully to each question. You can do it. 1 to 4 players can play. How many are playing?
1.
Is this tune in hear you?
No.
Player 1, give me a nickname to call you, like Crazy Cat or Rocking Robin.
Awesome.
Hi, Awesome. Hope you do great.
Now, these are questions that I typed in about 10 minutes.
Say Alexa, undo. Let's start. Answer quickly until you get 3 wrong. To undo an answer, say Alexa, undo. In the number 183, what numeral is in the hundreds place?
1.
Right on. You now have 1 point. 1 is in the hundreds place and is worth 100. Next question. In the number 476, what numeral is in the hundreds place?
4.
That's correct. You now have 2 points. 4 is in the hundreds place and is worth 400. Next question. In the number 769, what is the value of the 7?
7.
You said 7. Not quite. The correct answer was 700. 7 is in the hundreds place and is worth 700.
Alexa, stop.
Thank you for playing.
So, like I said, I'm a big talker, so I'm like down to my last 30 seconds. Anyway, with Alexa Skills Blueprint, you can make flashcards. The flashcards will repeat 3 times the information over and over and over so that they can get it in their heads. Then you can, on the flashcards one, you can say, Alexa, quiz me over those flashcards. She'll take the same information and ask you questions that you have to answer back. Great way to learn. You can make games. I didn't get to show you these, but I'd made a great Greek gods and goddesses game to use with my academic team, and they all have to buzz in with these. These connect right with the Alexa, and they have to compete against each other, just like in the academic team. So many great things. Go on there, look for it, discover it for yourself. If you want more information, email me, alonzo.fugate@breathitt.kyschools.us. It's on my poster downstairs. And I wish I had like an hour to talk to you about this because it's so exciting. But thank you very much. I hope I didn't bore you to tears. Awesome. Oh, one last thing. If you don't want to purchase one of these, you can do the same thing for free. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Just download the Alexa app on your iPad or any smart device. I sat and played on it last night. She asked me the same questions.